पोस्ट, यही है वो पोस्ट, यही है वो पोस्ट। ये देखो ये देखो ये देखो ये देखो ये देखो ये देखो ये देखो, मिल गई मिल गई मिल गई मिल गई। ये देखो ये देखो, अब मैं समझा पाऊंगा, अब मैं समझा पाऊंगा। ये देखो अभी ऑफ कोर्स एआई, अभी ऑफ कोर्स एआई है, ठीक है। अब जो भी तुम देखोगे दिस इज ऑफ कोर्स एआई, लेकिन भाई एआई से तुम आर्ट कैसे बना सकते हो? ये देखो वियर्ड एस मूवमेंट देखो, आप समझना है एंटी पैरेलल जो मैं कहना चाह रहा था। ये बंदा कह रहा था कि भाई एआई को ऐसे यूज़ करो कि भाई तुम एआई का हॉरर यूज़ करो, एआई की वियर्ड एस चीज़ें यूज़ करो, एआई की वियर्ड एस चीज़ें यूज़ करो। दिस रियली है, देखो You get it now, you get it now, you get it now, the fuck, you get it now.
So good, need more. I won't die for this shit or what the fuck I say. Front yard, broad day with the escort. See Gucci, that's my motherfucking nigga. I hang in the Dell with them hit squad killers. Walk the block.
You get it now, you get it now, what I mean?
Riding real slow, bending corners, my nigga.
Blood.
ये देखो क्या हो रहा है, ये देखो क्या हो रहा है लड़की को। समझ रहे हो उल्टी आ रही है अब। नहीं यार तुम बहन जो पागल हो भाई, तुम मुट्ठी मारो यार जाके ना भाई, तुम मुट्ठी मारो, जाओ यहाँ से भाई। अकाउंट देख लिया ना तुमने, यहाँ जाके हिला लाओ भाई, उस अकाउंट पे हिला लाओ तुम। बहन जो चूतिया लोग कौन कौन आ जाते हैं, ये क्या है पता नहीं बहन चूत।
Except for the most pure revulsion.
निकलो यार यहाँ से बहन चो, जितने भी गून और चूतिया लोग हैं बहन चोद, बहन जो पागल लोग हैं सब।
Towards all this
उठ जाओ गोनिंग से बहन चो, कितना हिलाओगे बहन चो, बाहर आ जाएगा तुम्हारा गोनिंग कर करके बहन चो, हाथ में आ जाए किस दिन चूतिए।
disgusting, techno-pessimistic nightmare that we're living.
बड़ी नहीं बार है गोनिंग से आगे। नहीं जो अभी दिखाया वो एडवर्ड का पूरा ही है।
Because it's horrible and ugly and it hurts people and nobody likes it, but everyone keeps selling it and everyone keeps buying it. What if that's
कौन करेगा इसमें? देखो ऊपर यार शुरा भाई, चार्ट देखो ऊपर, देखो चार्ट।
the case? What if that's what Ed Vard is doing? If you'll forgive my eccentricity of mispronouncing his name. You know, it's not just like it's the power of the prompt.
पहले वीडियो देख लेनी चाहिए क्या एंटी पैरेलल भाई? ये वीडियो तो देखी नहीं है मैंने स्लेवरी की, ये वीडियो तो नहीं दिखाएगा, ये वीडियो तो नहीं दिखाएगा ना, हमें पहले वीडियो देख लेनी चाहिए स्लेवरी की। वीडियो तो नहीं दिखाएगा ये, पहले देख तो ले ये भैंचो बास किस चीज़ की कर रहा है। यार दिखाएगा दिखाएगा, चलो ठीक है फिर, ठीक है फिर, ठीक है।
It's how you use it. It's the horror of AI. You know, thinking about it, that video from Vultures by Kanye, speaking of which, that used the horror of AI as well. It's when you try to use AI to do anything other than create revulsion that it becomes unacceptable. But as long as you are using AI as a reminder that the world we live in is this one. This one.
ये आप समझ रहे हो ये क्या कह रहा है? ये कह रहा है कि भैंचोद अगर तुम एआई से ऐसा कुछ बना रहे हो जिससे तुम्हें पता लग रहा है कि ओके एआई है, वो इतना इतना अपेरेंट है कि तुम्हें पता लग रहा है कि एआई है और असली दुनिया ये है, and in that sense you can use AI.
One where the president did a pump and dump Bitcoin scheme, and that wasn't, we don't even think about that. Whatever world that is, that's the world that we live in. Now, when I say horror, I think you might know. I don't know how many videos of mine you've seen, but the movie Apocalypse Now by Francis Ford Coppola is one of my favorite movies. And the character, Colonel Kurtz, is the one who every time I say the word horror, I think of. Now he has a whole monologue, this famous horror monologue. I've seen horrors that you've seen, but you have no right to call me a murderer. You have a right to kill me. You have a right to do that, but you have no right to judge me. Horror has a face, and you must make a friend of horror. Horror and moral terror are your friends. If they are not, they are your enemies to be feared. They are truly enemies. Edward Skeletrix is an artist who makes friends with horror and moral terror.
Okay.
That's what this song is.
कौन है?
That's what this video is. That's what a lot of his art is. It is making friends with horror and moral terror. But that's not what I'm thinking of. What I'm actually thinking of is this intercepted radio message in a different point of the video where you hear a movie where you hear Colonel Kurtz say the following words. I won't do the impression this time. I watched a snail crawl along the edge of a straight razor. That's my dream. That's my nightmare. Crawling, slithering along the edge of a straight razor and surviving. You see, that's
Edward gained his first audience through uploading weird AI TikToks, by the way, of course.
Yet. That's an AI image, a snail crawling across the edge of a straight razor. Do you feel the horror of that living thing as it is bleeding and walking in every inch that it...
भाई ultimately कह रहा है AI से emotion दे सकते हो तुम, समझ रहे हो? AI से emotion दे सकते हो तुम, देते हैं लोग. AI भैंचो इतने सारे रोने धोने की वीडियो बनाती है, बट भाई इस AI से आर्ट कैसे बना सकते हो तुम? AI खुद आर्ट नहीं बना सकता यार शायद इमोशन वाली, लेकिन तुम बनवा सकते हो ऐसे इमोशन वाली आर्ट. अब तुमको एक स्नेल को देख रहे हो भैंचो एकदम रेजर थिन ब्लेड पे चलते हुए और उसका खून निकल रहा है भाई, यू फील समथिंग राइट, यू फील समथिंग राइट.
Moves as an inch that it cuts itself. Does it not feel imprisoned, enslaved by its need to move, but also its impossibility to move anywhere that does not result in harm? Is that not a very pessimistic, but not entirely unrealistic depiction of the human condition? Happy Friday, everybody. Is it not? I told you this video would ruin your day, because now you're thinking about a snail crawling along a straight razor. This is the thing about AI. AI and surrealism go hand in hand. Unintentionally, AI doesn't want to be surrealism. AI wants to be realism. AI wants to be...
Yeah, nice. W Professor G. Very nice perspective, man. Very
realistic.
Nice perspective.
Not realism. It wants to be realistic, but it doesn't know how. So we're stuck in this place where it is surreal. And the thing about the surrealists is they actually kind of thought in a way that is not
all
totally
about making weird ass photo art. या AI को यूज़ करना चाहिए weird ass photo art बनाने के लिए. AI से real चीज़ें बनानी नहीं चाहिए भाई. AI से ये कोशिश नहीं करनी चाहिए कि हम भैंचोद एकदम real ass चीज़ बना दें जो एकदम भैंचोद ऐसा लगे कि भाई अर्थ की चीज़ है या फिर भैंचोद नॉर्मल इस वर्ल्ड की चीज़ें हैं. भाई जी मैंने ये अकाउंट देखा AI स्टफ पोस्ट कर रहा है. एज इंडियन गर्ल NPC पहचान भी नहीं पाते, कमेंट्स में वेरी ब्यूटीफुल डालते हैं. आई नो मिस्टर एजेंट भाई ये तो बहुत टाइम से चल रहा है यार. ना कुछ नहीं इसमें. लाइक मार दो भाई, लाइक मार दो. बहुत बढ़िया इन्फॉर्मेशनल स्ट्रीम है भाई आज आर्टिस्ट लोगों तुम्हारे लिए भाई, या फिर आर्ट इंथुजियास्ट भाई जिनको भी आर्ट देखना पसंद है, जिनको भी भाई किसी भी टाइप के आर्ट कंज्यूम करना पसंद है, उनके लिए आज बढ़िया वीडियो आई है एकदम. वेरी गुड एंटी पैरल भाई जी. W लव यू यार, बढ़िया आदमी दिया आपने तो देखने के लिए. लाइक मार दो, सुपर चैट मार दो भाई और टारगेट तक पहुंचा दो भाई. 170 है, 299 नहीं हुआ अभी तो, इसे बढ़ाना है और 299 तो कराएं इसे.
Similar to AI, they thought in vignettes, they thought in strange images, they thought in things that sort of appear briefly and then appear to disappear at the same time. Like there's these videos on Instagram of people like kind of like just going this weird sort of soft, horrific, like atmosphere, and things just get lost and moved in. People even took one of my clips of a video of saying I pray to my money stacks and turned it into that. Like there's something about AI that really does actually reflect our current state. It's not just when it's imitating life, it's bad.
Yeah.
When it unintentionally reflects life, it's not good, but it's accurate. And I think that's how Skeletrix uses it in this video. It's surreal.
Smart admi,
and it's horror. And it's not any kind of horror. It's two different kinds of horror. It's societal horror.
Everyone is
what kind of
smart,
society
man.
have we made? What kind of hellscape do we have? where the wealth gap is getting bigger, the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And it just, all over, it just gets worse. All over, the people who have less are getting less, and the people who have more are getting more, and the people who have less are working harder to get less constantly. They feel more desperate, they feel more scared, they feel more alienated, and it is only getting worse the day by day by day by day by day. TGIF. The horrors of late-stage capitalism reduces us all to some form of slavery. Not all of us, but many of us to some form of slavery. Now listen.
मैं भी तुम्हारा slave हूँ, मुझे पैसा
I'm not
दो।
talking about chattel
तुम्हारा
slavery.
slave भूखा है,
I'm talking about
पैसा दो,
metaphorical
अपने slave को पैसा दो।
Okay? In which we feel as though we have to do something. We are compelled to do things that against our will in order to survive. Okay? That's a loose definition that you can have. This song and this video are often concerned with the concepts of accruing money and spending money. And it opens up with this, and we're going to watch it. We're going to watch the video together, don't worry.
Nice.
But it opens up with someone talking about having a shopping addiction, being unable to not shop. And that's the thing. That's a real addiction. And we'll see how it's depicted. The need to shop. And the thing about addictions are they clarify life, right? Because when you're an addict, you just think about your next fix. Nothing else matters. And if you consider shopping to be an addiction, which it can be, then a shopping addiction is basically what our entire society and civilization has. You might not know this because you're too young, but I need to tell you this. If you were not alive on September 12th, 2001, like I was 23 years old, 24 years old, who gives a shit? 24, I just turned 24. No, actually, I was about to turn 24. My birthday's on the 13th. The first thing the U.S. government said after the most horrific events in my lifetime to happen on American soil to powerful people, okay, was go shopping. Open for business. That was the first thing they said. That was the first order of business, was go shopping. That was your patriotic duty was to go shopping. Shop to live, live to shop. And this kind of addiction, I think, is representative of the kind of state that we are all in, where we have to spend. We have to spend. So there's that societal stuff, but then there's the personal stuff, because the song is also about the artist, about how he has to make art. He has to make art to eat. He is stuck. He is trapped himself. You know, he is different than you, who might work, I don't know, at Valvoline. Maybe you work at Valvoline. Maybe you're one of those nice folks who comes up and asks me what kind of oil do I want, and I say full synthetics, and he says, okay, sounds good, and then he shows me the air filter and says, you know, the air filter doesn't look too good, and I have to do that thing where I go, I don't know, do I want the air filter? I know it's a scam, but you do eventually need an air filter, right? How much is it? $24.99? I don't know. Or maybe you work at Pet Supplies Plus, right? Pet Savers. Toby's dog food is now $100. It cost $50. 3 years ago. It costs $100. It's 100% markup for Toby's food. All right? Maybe you work there. Maybe you're me. You work at a university. Whatever it is, we have to create in order to eat. We have to try to earn money in order to eat. And it can be an oppressive, depressing state. So let's watch the video, shall we?
Okay, music video.
If this video suddenly ends because I get copyright struck, I don't know what to do. Man, this lighting is terrible. I thought this was like a cool, spooky idea. I look ghoulish. I guess that's the idea, right? That's the idea, like a horror movie. That was the idea. Have it be like a horror movie. I'm even kind of talking like kind of down low here. All right. I can't stop myself from being a goof, though, huh?
Nice person, man.
Just can't stop myself from being a goof. All right, so let's see the video over here. I don't know how to get these things. Oh, wait, actually, no, I'm going to stop the share. One second. Got to share the sound. All right. So we're going to go through the song. We're going to go through the video, link by link, link by link. Okay? Starting off with this imagery, which I think is intentional. It's intentionally some kind of... see, because I think if I do full screen, it'll be more likely to be taken off. I don't know. I don't know how to do these things, everybody.
Anger problems!
What the hell is Dave Blunt's doing in my sidebar?
Anger problems, bhai.
Watch that guy's music.
Technologically challenged, bhai.
Yeah, watch stuff about baseball. Pitch meeting, of course. All right. So the first image we see is this kind of stock footage. This is the kind of images that we see repeated back to us over and over and over again. This is what we always see. This is the image. This is the dream that we're sold of being young, happy, pretty faces. But let's see what happens.
It's been about 20 minutes since my last shopping spree.
Okay, I told you this video would ruin your day. It's been 20 minutes since my last shopping spree. An addict talking about having to spend. And then we see an image of a goblin. Okay, this is what AI can do.
Goblin.
AI can give us a crying goblin in a white field.
And I just can't not shop.
Again, going back to surrealism, this reminds me a lot of Le Chien Andalou by Salvador Dali and Louis Buñuel. If you've never seen it, it's a great movie. It's probably available on YouTube, now that I think about it. But it includes a famous scene of an eyeball being cut with a razor. And that's what this makes me feel, because this builds up all this tension. This builds up all this suspense. You feel unhappy. Now listen, the song's called Slavery. It's obviously made by a black guy, so there might be, well, there's certainly racial overtones to it. They might be undertones, but we do see this often, the image of a sort of menaced man, a menaced black man constantly under threat. I don't know if that is text, subtext, or against the text, but let's keep going with this beautiful piano as it's playing.
You know, it's a real problem for me.
The image of the gold chain being also a gag, pretty on the money, pretty on the nose, but we see it, very unsettling, very uncanny. This is how you should use AI.
Go shopping a lot, and I spend a lot of money on like clothes and things that I just don't need. So I made this rule for myself that I could only use the money.
Okay, so she made a rule for herself. So it's someone who's describing having a shopping problem. Where is she going to get the money that she can spend after we've just watched, this person get run over by a lawnmower, someone celebrating, no one's smiling, no one's happy here. How can she possibly afford to be a shopaholic?
So I made this rule for myself that I could only use the money that I earned from taking plasma. I could only use that card if I wanted to go.
भाई गॉब्लिन की फोटो इसलिए इसने लगाई है शायद, क्योंकि गॉब्लिन बेंच जो पैसे के पीछे भागते रहते हैं ना, इसलिए गॉब्लिन वाली फोटो भी लगाई है उसने.
Shopping and then
by selling plasma, not just blood, but plasma. So she's literally selling her body, the blood from her body, to afford nothing that she needs.
And I use my other money that I get from my regular job for like bills and things that I need. And shopping, only this BioLife card. That way I'm not really losing anything by going shopping. I'm just losing a little bit of plasma. It's not a big deal. So.
Hello?
Now, as this happens, as the piano goes, he starts rapping, and we get this really nice organ going. We're eventually going to get, I think, some strings here, and we have him come in with hello. We have his person. You know what? I don't know. I don't know how to get this to. Can I go full screen on this? I'm going to go full screen. This is better.
I need help. I need help.
पजीत ने अपने आप बचाल.
Hello, I need help. Call my brothers, call my sisters. The image, all these images are all images of consumerism gone wrong, right? The earring that brings you pain. Everything is just bringing pain. Everyone is buying into the system, and everyone is suffering from it.
Call my sisters. I need help. I need help writing this song.
And then he gets even more meta, right? Now, I don't know if this is why he wanted me on here to talk about this, because he's been seeing my stuff, about postmodernism and all that. But I need help writing this song while he's writing the song.
इयरिंग्स पेन कैसे समझ लिया इसने? नहीं इयरिंग्स पेन नहीं समझ रहा वो भाई. वो बस खून से देखने से मुझे लग रहा पेन. इयरिंग्स ये नहीं कह रहा कि इयरिंग से पेन होता है. नहीं ये मतलब नहीं कह रहा है.
The question is, why does he need help writing the song? Obviously he doesn't. He's not rhyming, right? He's just talking. He's just saying, right? I had the lyrics right here. The lyrics are, I need help writing this song. Like, he's not even rhyming. Is this even rap? Is this even music? What is this? Is this just a confessional? What is this?
I decided to impose a financial penalty of 500,000 euros on बढ़िया बहनचोद. इनको निकालो, लात मार के निकालो इन्हें.
Screen sharing is
पागल बहनचोद.
Son of a. Okay. It does this sometimes.
She's
It does
selling
this
her body
sometimes.
plasma.
Okay, let's see.
खून
Okay, one
बेच रही है
second
वो
now.
अपना भाई.
Now you're about to see me lose my mind if I can't get this to work. All right, here we go.
ये देखो
I got
बेचारे
this.
अंकों की दिक्कत
I
है
got
भाई,
this.
अंकों
Here
की
we go,
दिक्कत है.
Be the Zoom master. You can do this. You can. Where did it go? Okay, there we go.
लैपटॉप वर्सेस
All right,
अंक.
I am screen sharing.
God damn.
Nice.
मैं रोज फेस करता हूँ मैं.
Cause my what on this song.
We have the clown, the image, my wealth depend on this song. So that's why he needs help. Because if he doesn't create, he doesn't eat. He's in the same situation as you are, working in
Yeah,
Valvoline.
man.
or
Smokes
working
and
at
letting
Pet
way too
Saver
much,
Plus,
yeah.
saving me negative 100% on my dog food.
Please save me from the studio. Please save me from myself.
Again, the horror of this lifelike head that's not really
Fuck life,
doing
fuck
lifelike
life!
motions, the imagery of being arrested, being in
अनु तो
jail,
फेब्रियाज
as
बातें
soon
करने लगा
implying
है.
that one had
अबे
to steal in order
बहनचो
to make
बारसा के हेटरों की बहनचो अपनी कांड में तो इनका ध्यान नहीं रहता बहनचो. अपनी बारसा को देखना बहनचो, रियल मैड्रिड पे बहनचो निगाहें टिका रखी है. अपनी बीवी का ध्यान रख, औरों की बीवी को क्या देख रहा है भाई तू अनुराधा बहनचो.
Get out there and go break her arm.
Get out there and go break an arm. Get
दूसरों
out
के
there.
घर में कलेश है बहनचो. दूसरों के घर में कलेश पसंद आते हैं. कोई बहनचो ने सोसाइटी में दिख जाए ना, किसी के घर पे लड़ाई हो जाती है, ऐसे ऐसे आंखें टाक के बहनचो छत पे से देखता है, ओ देखो क्या चल रहा है साले.
And do whatever it takes to make money. That's the ruthlessness that
Real
he's talking
Madrid
about.
high
The
fact, chुप रहे.
desperation in his voice, the sadness in his voice.
I'm a slave on a good day.
I'm a slave on a good day ties in to this image right here of the feet in shackles, but they're not in shackles. Those are handcuffs. So I don't know if this is intentionally a thing. Drawing a
Ever used to
parallel
work at a
between
psych yard,
into
psych ward.
the slave trade and the modern day criminal justice system. Read some Angela Davis.
रोहन कैरियप्पा कुछ ऐसा क्यों नहीं करता भाई. रोहन कैरियप्पा रोहन कैरियप्पा बोलता है कि ओके मैं भैंचो अच्छा काम कर रहा हूँ और मुझे इस चीज़ के पैसे दो. बेकार मंकी लगाओ. नहीं तू देख मंकी, कोई और कर रहा होगा, देख लो उसका. भाई क्या कहते हैं, रोहन कैरियप्पा करना तो यही चाहता है, लेकिन रोहन कैरियप्पा इतना चूतिया है भाई. रोहन कैरियप्पा पैसे लेता है लोगों से और भाई रोहन कैरियप्पा उन्हीं से मांगता है स्क्रिप्ट की भैंचो बताओ मुझे क्या बोलना, और फिर वही बोल देता है. सही बोल रहा था फ्रैपे ऐश भैंचो. चूतिया फ्रैपे ऐश भी है, लेकिन फ्रैपे ऐश सही बात बोल रहा था भाई. ये करना चाहता है रोहन कैरियप्पा, लेकिन करता नहीं है ये देख लो. हाँ सच में भाई.
If you haven't, well, yeah, obviously the parallels are there, but also I think it's more specific. I think it's more general. I
भैंचो
think it's
अपना ओपिनियन तो दे दे कुछ कि तुझे क्या समझ आया. भैंचो आर्टिस्ट से ही स्क्रिप्ट लेता है कि मुझे बता दो इस गाने का मतलब क्या, और फिर वही सेम चीज़ बोल देता है. पागल
more
साला.
about this slavery that he feels to this need to create in order to survive.
Hold on back on what I could say.
And this image of a woman being strangled by random faces creates this tension and this horror. This whole video is a snail walking across a razor.
Hold on back on.
That's She-Hulk when she's pregnant. She-Hulk was a good show, by the way. You sexist jerks out there. Did you see She-Hulk? That show was great. It's like the best Marvel thing of like the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not She-Hulk, nor is it Mrs. Shrek. It's just this distorted, unhappy image.
What I should say. As above, so
शी
below.
हल्क कौन देगा. शी हल्क मैं वैसे सुपर हीरो चीज़ें नहीं देखता भांचो, ऊपर से शी हल्क हेल ना मैं.
As above, so below. It's a sunny day, so
As above so below, as above so below. सब कैसे बोल रहे हैं ये बात as above so below. ये एडवर्ड स्केलेट्रिक्स भी बोल रहा है अब ये बात as above so below. ये क्या फैल चुकी है गंदी बातें को. गेट कीप किसने गेट कीप से भैंचो हटाई ये बातें भाई. मैन गेट कीप दिस स्टफ अगेन भाई.
he's talking about,
As above so below. Fuck भाई.
you know, kind of a biblical passage. As it is above, so it is below. But then it's also like this really like idea of like sunny day when everything's so sad. And he's talking about feeling like a slave. And then where's the video going to go after all these unsettling images? Where's it going to go?
Sunny day.
Oh my God! It's going to Chambord, the chateau, the French chateau of the Loire. I believe that's Sean Board. Now listen, this is AI generated, so it must just take an image, but that's interesting. So we're at like a great castle of what, Francois the First was there, wasn't he? And there he has all the credits where everything's done by him, except for David Pena, who did the instrumentals. We see he's writing everything. We see he's doing the directing. Again, is this a good thing about AI, that one person could do it all? Maybe it'd be better if he paid some artists to do it, but also maybe it's better that a single artist can get all the money for these clicks. You know? I don't know. It's not like Edward Skeletrix is like, you know.
Very interesting, very interesting.
Anyways, I told you this video would make you like AI. I don't know if this is a general state about materialism and like how, you know, there's the human body, there's the body, and there's the spirit, and we're just so chained to our bodies, we're so chained to the earth, and like the dream of Christianity and like the dream of spiritualism is that we're able to get out of our body and be
भाई
spiritual.
इसका टाइटल ही बोल रहा है रूनियार्डे क्यों देख रहा है इतना कुछ लंबा लेक्चर नहीं बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो है सुधांशु भाई बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो है ना दिस मेड माय डे एक्चुअली दिस मेड माय डे बहुत एक नया पर्सपेक्टिव मिला यार नया पर्सपेक्टिव जो मेरे दिमाग में पर्सपेक्टिव था लेकिन वो इतना ऊपर नहीं था कि मुझे दिख जाए तो वो वापस सरफेस किया मेरे दिमाग में मज़ा आया इट्स रियल नेम बाय द वे एडवर्ड किंग बेस यार इनके नाम तगड़े ही होते हैं भैंचो जॉर्डन कार्टर है भैंचो प्लेबॉय कार्टी का नाम और भी नाम याद नहीं आ रहा मुझे भैंचो और लोगों के भी तगड़े तगड़े नाम है फ्यूचर का नेम भैंचो देगा फ्यूचर का नेम भैंचो डीमन है वो फ्यूचर के नेम में डीमन आता है भैंचो हाईलाइट्स देना है मुझे देखना आप देखना दोबारा देखना अभी पीछे हो नहीं रही होगी वीडियो स्ट्रीम का तो उन्हें बहुत बढ़िया इंटरेस्टिंग स्टफ अबाउट आर्ट
anchored to our body. We're so anchored to our physical needs that we constantly have to buy stuff. We can never just be spiritual beings. We can never just be free. You know, Michelangelo's like oh Jesus Christ, are you gonna make me pause it and find these images? You are. God damn you, Edvard. 1 second.
It's all right. समझ गया हम अंकल की बात समझ गया अंकल की बात.
I'll be back. I gotta go find these things somewhere on the internet. I gotta pause this recording. How do I pause this recording?
Oh no, फिर से challenge.
All right. So now that you're still with me, you know, let's go look at some Michelangelo over here. These are all I think in Florence.
बता देता हूँ यार मैं तुम्हें सार दोबारा इस वीडियो का जो भी नए लोग आए हैं भाई दिस वीडियो ये अंकल जी हमारा बुड्ढे अंकल जी कहना चाहते हैं एडवर्ड स्केलेट्रिक्स ने भाई एआई यूज़ किया अपनी म्यूज़िक वीडियो में ठीक है तो अंकल का कहना है कि एआई को अगर हम यूज़ करते हैं सर रियलिज्म के तरीके से मतलब हम एकदम डिट्टो इस वर्ल्ड जैसी चीज़ नहीं बना रहे हम कुछ ऐसा बना रहे हैं जो इस वर्ल्ड से भैंचो तुम्हें मतलब देख के पता लग रहा है कि ये इट्स नॉट रियल तुम्हें देख के पता चल रहा है कि भैंचो इट्स क्रीपी इट्स नॉट रियल जैसे भाई अजीब सा कोई लड़के ऐसे कर रही है भाई तो तुम्हें समझ आ जाएगा एआई है लेकिन भाई तुम उसको आर्ट के जैसे यूज़ कर सकते हो भाई आर्ट के जैसे यूज़ कर सकते हो जैसे इसने म्यूज़िक वीडियो में यूज़ किया और ऐसा ही सेम भाई एग्जांपल मैं दिखा रहा था भाई ये देखो ये पोज देखो कौन सी पोज थी अब मैं फिर भूल गया मैं भैंचो कौन सी पोज थी भाई यही पोज थी अब देखो एक चीज़ दिखाऊँ मैं ये देखो एआई को हॉरर के जैसे कैसे यूज़ करना है अभी देखना इसमें एआई का यूज़ कैसे किया सुधांशु भाई जी आर्ट के फॉर्म में देखना भाई अब हमें पता है ये एआई है लेकिन देखना अभी देखना बहुत अजीब ये देखो अब ऐसे नॉर्मल मूवमेंट्स इंसान नहीं कर सकता ठीक है लेकिन एआई करा रहा है इनसे ऐसे मोमेंट्स बट भाई देखने में मज़ा देखने में तगड़ा लग रहा है देखने में आर्ट्स ही लग रहा है यू कैन यूज एआई लाइक दिस भाई आर्ट यूज द हॉरर ऑफ एआई ये बताना चाहते हैं अंकल जी